There was no real contest in the vice presidential debate between Kamala Harris and Mike Pence. Harris wiped the floor with him. Pence ignored, patronized and talked over the two women in the room. Her strategy was cool competence. Pence repeatedly interrupted Harris, something she rarely did to him. He repeatedly talked over moderator Susan Page of USA Today when she told him his time was up. He repeatedly flouted the rules he had previously agreed to.
Well, let's get
but Susan, this is important. I want to add, but Mr. Vice President, I'm speaking. I'm speaking. Talk about packing the court then. Let's talk about the fact. Yeah, I'm $1,000 a year.
He said he's going to repeal the Trump tax cuts.
Mr. Vice President, I'm speaking.
Well, wait.
I'm speaking.
It'd be important if you said the truth.
If you don't mind letting me finish, we can then have a conversation, okay? Whatever the Vice President is claiming the administration has done, clearly it hasn't worked. When you're looking at over 210,000 dead bodies in our country, American lives that have been lost, families that are grieving that loss. And you know, the Vice President is the head of the task force and knew on January 28th how serious this was. And then thanks to Bob Woodward, we learned that they knew about it, and then when that was exposed, the Vice President said, when asked, well, why didn't y'all tell anybody? He said, because the President wanted people to remain calm.
Well, let's get
no, but Susan, this is important.
Susan,
I want to add, but
here.
Mr. Vice President, I'm speaking. I'm speaking.
Yeah, you can have 15 more seconds, and then we'll give the Vice President a chance to respond.
So I want to ask the American people, how calm were you when you were panicked about where you're going to get your next roll of toilet paper? How calm were you when your kids were sent home from school and you didn't know when they could go back? How calm were you? Might have done to prepare? They knew and they covered it up. The President said it was a hoax. They minimized the seriousness of it. The President said, you're on one side of his ledger if you wear a mask, you're on the other side of his ledger if you don't. And in spite of all of that, today they still don't have a plan. They still don't have a plan. Well, Joe Biden does. And our plan is about what we need to do around a national strategy for contact tracing, for testing, for administration of the vaccine, and making sure that it will be free for all. That is the plan that Joe Biden has and that I have, knowing that we have to get a hold of what has been going on, and we need to save our country. And Joe Biden is the best leader to do that, and frankly, this administration has forfeited their right to re-election based on.
For up-to-date news, please subscribe to The Inside Story.